guys, it's me, Jaclyn. Welcome back to Dreams of Music and Makeup, or welcome here if it's your first time. Thanks for stopping by my channel. We're gonna dive right into some skincare today. It's been a little while since we caught up on that subject, so I just wanted to update you guys as to what my current routine is looking like. I'd also like to think that my quality has slightly improved since the last skincare video. If you agree, give this video a big thumbs up. And subscribe if you haven't already. We would love to have you back here for 2 beauty videos a week. And you guys have a whole lot of control over what goes on around here because I love taking your suggestions. There hasn't been one that I've ignored yet, so keep them coming. Anyway, let's get into this. As far as my current skincare situation, I am a combination skin type and I live in a fairly dry climate. As we're getting into winter, my skin tends to get more and more dry, so I'm more of a combination dry type in the winter time, but I'm also prone to acne and a lot of texture, so you'll see a lot of exfoliation type things coming up in here. And I just like to disclose those things to you guys because I think that they're important points as to why I use these things. So just in case you haven't seen my other skincare videos, if you would like to, there's some other products featured in those. I will link them for you. I have a playlist of them. Go ahead and watch those after this one if you are interested. Moving into skincare, I'm going to be talking about morning first, and then we'll do nighttime and treatments and that sort of thing. In the morning when I get up, I usually will just cleanse and then apply my skincare for the day. I don't usually do a toner or like anything too intense. For cleansing in the morning, I'm either using my Laszlo Sensitive Cleansing Bar. This I will actually take out for us. Oh wow. Comes in a very fancy little, in case you've never gotten one of these, or if you never will, I want you to be able to experience it with me. I opened it and there's this cute little plastic box in there. There's this little geometric pattern on it, and this black box slides out, and your soap's in there. Very cool. Oh, and it's wrapped and protected. Nice. There's the soap. So, it just has the little Laszlo emblem on it. This bar of soap, it's 3.4 ounces. It's like, I want to say $36, something like that. I have just about finished. I have a tiny little sliver of the trial size that I have been using for the last several months. And I really enjoy this. I tend to use that as my default cleanser in the morning. If I have a little bit of texture, but I don't want to use a mask, I will go in with this L'Oreal Pure Clay Cleanser instead. This is the Exfoliate and Refine Clay Mousse Cleanser. It says it has 3 pure clays and red algae. I also like this mask rendition, which we'll get into in a minute. This is kind of a lighter version of the L'Oreal mask, so this just lightly exfoliates. It is a physical exfoliant. You will feel the little kind of, they're not beads, but the little particles in there. And I do enjoy this. It's a nice cleanser. I don't feel that it overstrips my skin. If I just see a little bit of buildup or anything like that, or I have some flaking if I didn't have enough hydration on the night before, this helps to kind of resolve that. Every other day though, I usually just wash with this Sensitive Cleansing Bar. If I need a little bit more exfoliation and I have time to put on a mask, you know me, I'm gonna put on my L'Oreal Pure Clay Exfoliate and Refine Mask. I love this stuff. I've been through several jars of this. If you've watched any of my empties, you already know. A lot of these you will have already heard about. I use usually 2 to 3 times a week to exfoliate, sometimes less if I'm using this a little more. But this is the mask version of that cleanser. It's a much more intense experience, and it's not painful, it's not tingling, it's not that kind of exfoliation. You just leave the mask on for 10 minutes and then you exfoliate by kind of removing it in circular motions. So you have total control over how much exfoliation you get with this mask. I like that I can get a lot of exfoliation out of this. The beads don't just dissolve, and this keeps me really squeaky clean and clear of dead skin. I like that one a lot. It's very inexpensive and you get almost 2 ounces of product. The other mask that I've been using often, this is my second jar of this, is the L'Oreal Pure Clay Clear and Comfort Mask. I adore this. I am a combination skin type, and being that I'm more dry, I tend to lean towards this one a little bit more often now because it does have that nice hydration factor without being oily, without contributing to any acne for me. It helps the healing process of any acne that's already on its way out. And I can't get enough of this. I really, really love it. It smells like a spa, and I just feel very indulgent when I wear it. I'm still kind of playing around with some eye creams. I haven't really found my perfect match yet. At the moment, I'm using a Dermalogica sample of their Intensive Eye Repair or Intensive Eye Cream. I can't quite recall, sorry, I didn't write it down. That's what I'm currently using in the morning, along with my tried and true Peter Thomas Roth vitamin C serum. I love this. This is a pricey item. I actually just repurchased mine when Ulta was doing the 21 Days of Beauty. They had, I believe, 30% off of the Camu Camu line by Peter Thomas Roth. So I repurchased this item because I know that I'm going to run out, and there's not any indicator. As you can see, it's an airless pump and you can't see through to the product. I knew I would be disappointed one day when I pumped this and nothing happened. So I grabbed that on sale, thankfully, saved a little bit. This is a really potent form of vitamin C, and it helps to increase collagen and cell turnover within your skin. That's why vitamin C is so important, and it's important that it's kept stable. That's why I like this one in the airless pump. That makes all the difference for me, and I have consistent results with this product. Because I deal with a lot of acne, I need a lot of consistent brightening and lightening factors, which vitamin C also provides for preventing scarring and darkness in my skin. Because I'm so fair and my skin is so translucent, I tend to have like dark red or dark purple patches where past acne marks are until they lighten up. This significantly speeds up that process for me and helps keep my skin really balanced looking in pigmentation. Love this. It's amazing. And my SPF, this one is about to go in the bin because I started a new one. This is the Josie Maran Sun Boost. Oh no, I always want to call it the Sun Boost, but that's just a side note. It's the Argan Daily Moisturizer in SPF 47. This is a physical SPF. If you have not heard me talk about that before, it's basically the only thing keeping you from getting age spots. So if your SPF does not have the main ingredients of zinc oxide and titanium dioxide for the active ingredients for your sunscreen, you're still getting age spots and you're still getting sun damage. So make that switch. It's worth it. They tend to be a little bit pricey. They tend to be a little bit more time consuming to rub into the skin seamlessly. But if you want to protect your skin, you're really not doing it without that. So just my little tip for you. I use this because it is a physical sunscreen. So zinc oxide is 6.4% and titanium dioxide is 5.1%. Those are the only sunscreens in here. They protect me from UVA and UVB. I'm not getting any age spots with this. I love it. It's very hydrating. So this is both my moisturizer and my sunscreen in the morning. I usually give this about 20 minutes to set in before I try to do my makeup. That does make a difference for me. If you rush the process, I just feel like everything doesn't quite absorb properly. I know that's also a time commitment, so not everyone has that flexibility, but just something to keep in mind and experiment with if you're having issues with your makeup application. Moving into more nighttime, to remove my makeup, I go back and forth between the Garnier Pink Top Micellar Water and the L'Oreal with the pink top. To me, they're pretty interchangeable. I don't have an issue with either one. They don't leave any sort of film on my skin. However, I am not someone who removes my makeup and then does not wash my face. This does not stay on my skin. I don't believe that's good for you. I think that you should really rinse it off. I think that you really should wash your face before going in with your topical products. If you're just removing your makeup and then leaving some of this on there before you put everything on, just something about that doesn't sit well with me, so I just can't do that. But I tend to use 3 to 4 cotton rounds to remove my makeup with this between my eyes and my face. That gets everything off that's visible. Then I go in with a cleansing oil. I again don't have a full size to share with you at this point because I'm still testing things out. Though I will say that marula cleansing oil that I featured in my last haul, I only used a handful of times and my skin was not happy. Unfortunately, when I unboxed that product, it was one of those products that would be really noisy to unbox on camera, so I did that after I finished the video. And I realized that the ingredient listing on the product itself had been manipulated to better represent what they wanted on the exterior packaging. So they had moved the fragrance, which was listed as the 4th ingredient when you actually looked at the label of the product. It was the 4th ingredient was fragrance. It smelled so strong. It was so irritating to my skin that I couldn't use it for very long. They had moved it to within the bottom 4 ingredients because I remember that was why I bought it, was because the fragrance was not very high up on the list, and that's uncommon for a lot of cleansing oils in that same price point. I was wrong. I should have trusted my instincts, and their false advertising, that's really sneaky, that's really nasty, and I don't like when companies do that. So do not buy that marula cleansing oil from Costco.com. That is a sham. It's all fragrance and it's garbage. So anyway, I am not using that one anymore. I have been using a little sample of the Dermalogica pre-cleanse oil. I really enjoy it so far. It's not been giving me any issues. It is kind of one of those more essential oil blends for a scent. I mean, that's where the smell comes from. It's not a specific like fragrance, but it's also unusual for their lineup because it's kind of a clinical skincare brand, but that particular product has a lot of more like essential oils and more like a natural skincare brand almost. So it's an interesting product. I really enjoy it. It tends to break down any makeup that I have remaining from the micellar cleansing water, and I'm really happy with it. It keeps my skin really balanced and happy. It doesn't leave an oily residue, but it also doesn't strip my skin. So I'm really happy with that. I tend to follow up that cleansing oil with, again, this cleansing bar by Erno Laszlo. I don't like to just use an oil cleanser. For me, I always feel like there's a little something left behind, and being an acne-prone girl, I just can't do that. So I tend to double cleanse after removing my makeup at night. I kind of alternate nights using my Clarisonic now because I'm just not having as difficult a time with acne. But when I'm more acne prone, I tend to use it more like every night just so that my skin has that consistency factor. The stars have aligned and my skin is behaving at the moment. So thank you for all your well wishes. After I cleanse everything at night, I tend to tone. For that, I like to use glycolic acid. As you guys may have noticed in previous videos, I've been introducing a new one into my routine. This is by The Ordinary. This is a highly, highly inexpensive skincare brand that I think is really raising the bar for some of those lower level expense skincare brands. I ordered mine through the Deciem website. I ordered it a few months ago. I've been using it consistently, so that's why I feel confident telling you guys about it. This was a significant step up in the glycolic acid level as far as my toning is concerned. I was using a 2.7 or a 2.8% glycolic acid for many, many years, and it just started to kind of lose its potency for me, for my skin. It just wasn't having the same results anymore. So for that reason, I started investigating in higher strengths of toners for glycolic acid. It tends to be a really effective acid for me. Salicylic does not do well for my acne. It actually inflames it more. I haven't yet experimented with lactic acid, so that's yet to come. But this I've really been enjoying. I only use it at night. You definitely go through about a month or 6 weeks adjustment period where, at least for me, it particularly burned. And I mean, acids tend to sting a little bit, or like, you know, any sort of astringent tends to kind of sting a little bit. This took some getting used to, but I also found that it wasn't unbearable. Like, it just felt a little bit dry. So I had to kind of balance out the timing with applying my serum with the drying time of this, because if I waited too long, then my skin almost got itchy before I even could put the serum on. So it was kind of, you got to find a balance for your next step after this product. But I really think it's wonderful. There's a lot of reviews for lots of different products from The Ordinary available out there. Excuse me. This, unfortunately, is the only product from The Ordinary that's really working for me that I have purchased as of yet. So I love this. If you guys have questions or something about my experience with it that I didn't answer here, please let me know down below. I'd be happy to answer them for you. Something that's important, especially when you're using a strong acid like this, is you need to be using that physical SPF in the morning. That's another reason why I don't use this in the morning. It makes you more susceptible to sun damage while it's kind of toning you. So that's just something you need to keep in mind. If this is something you're introducing, make sure you have that other step. Otherwise, you're kind of causing double damage by giving yourself excess sun exposure as well. For my nighttime serum right now, I think you guys already know this, but I'm using this Anthony, which is actually a men's skincare line that you can purchase at Sephora. This is their high-performance anti-wrinkle glycolic peptide serum. It's their anti-aging, it says prevent and repair. This is a 1 ounce serum. I believe this is $55. That's why I tried to find something else that was a little less expensive to replace it with, but my skin was not very happy. So this is nice because it has a little bit of glycolic acid in it, so it kind of treats my skin overnight. For me, that's really important for preventing future acne. I tend to be a person who wakes up with 2 to 10 new blemishes every morning if I'm not in my normal skincare routine. Sometimes even when I'm in my normal skincare routine, it's just a particularly hormonal week for me. This helps really with my texture. It helps to plump the skin. I feel like it really does kind of lift and firm when you're using it consistently. It's not like an instant thing, at least in my opinion, but I definitely notice a difference when I stop using this product, and it's not a desirable difference. It is a men's skincare line. All that means is that they don't put frilly things on it. It's not necessarily marketed the same way, but really they're just, if you bought this in female packaging, it would probably be $85 instead of $55. They charge more because we will pay it, ladies. I'm just saying. For eye cream, mine looks a little funny because it has one of these toothpaste things on it. I tend to do that with these squeezy eye creams so I don't miss any. This is the Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Eye. This is not a new product to my routine. This has been in it for a while. I love this. This is incredibly hydrating if you have dry under eyes, if you have, dry around your eyes in general. This is really restoring. I feel it really helps diminish the appearance of dark circles over time. I don't have nearly as bad of dark circles as I used to when I started using this product, and my sleep pattern is the same, if not worse. So definitely recommend this product. I believe it's $36 or $38, and Kiehl's is now available at Sephora as well, so you don't just have to find a Kiehl's standalone store, which is a nice upgrade. That's a new development. For a nighttime moisturizer, you guys know I'm crazy about the Peter Thomas Roth Water Drench. However, in winter, this is not enough to cut it for me at nighttime. This is my first step for moisturizing at night. However, I need another step just to kind of satiate my skin. It's thirsty at night. I don't know. It's just how I am. I'm going to show you what I do, and then I'm going to show you kind of a step down hydration-wise, just in case you're not quite as dry as I am at night. For me, it's just a really dry part of the cycle of the day for me, so I tend to top that Peter Thomas Roth hydrator with this Origins Drink Up Intensive Overnight Mask. I believe this is a very cost-effective product. This, I believe, is a $26 or a $28 mask. You get 3.5 ounces, well, 3.4, but almost 3.5 ounces of product in here. That's a really good price per ounce when you're considering it's sold at Sephora. That's not the only place you can get it, but it's typically where I find mine. I think I got it at Ulta last time because I got it 20% off. But this is lovely. It smells like fruit punch. This is not a new addition to my collection. This one's almost empty. I have a backup in my bathroom. This is so hydrating. If you're dry and you need something and nothing seems to do it for you, even oils and that sort of thing, you can even use this with an oil. I've done that on particularly parched evenings. It's a great product. I highly recommend it. It also comes in a little travel size if you didn't want to commit to this amount of product. That's understandable. The price does not like equally reflect the size difference, so that bugs me a little bit. So I tend to not buy those travel sizes, but that's just my personal beef. Do what you will with it. I love this product. I think it's great, and if you're sensitive to fragrance, maybe not, but this again is one of those more essential oil type brands where they tend to stick more natural and it tends to smell like the ingredients. If you're not quite that dry and you're familiar with that mask and you're like, no, that would be too much, I really like this Peter Thomas Roth Vitamin C Camu Camu sleeping mask. It's a brightening sleeping mask because of the vitamin C. It's also incredibly hydrating. I like how they protect it with this airless pump, so you press it down and it kind of squirts out the middle. This is a great product. It's very expensive. I bought mine in a set a while back, is why it has this funky sticker on it. It came with the serum in a discounted bundle. That's why I got this in the first place, was I really wanted the serum. I had used this before and I knew how great it was. I can tell that I'm running out of it because when I hold it up to the light, I can see where the pump has pushed the product up. This is great. This too has 3.4 ounces in there, so though it is pricey, you are getting a lot more than just the standard 1 fluid ounce of a product. It's not quite as hydrating as the Origin, so as we're moving into these more fall and winter months, this one's probably going to retire for me for a little while, but I just wanted to show it as another alternative if the Origins just seems like too much for you. That's it for facial skincare. I did want to give a brief mention to my favorite body butter. If you guys are a fan of sweet scents like I am, and you have chronically dry legs or arms or whatever in winter, I know I do, Soap and Glory Smoothie Star Lightly Whipped Body Buttercream is delightful. This actually comes in other scents now. I've seen like a kind of limey one. I've seen one that's, I think their regular body buttercream is in their original like pink scent. There are different renditions of this product if you want to try the product, but this scent just isn't really your cup of tea. I love this. It's great for days when you shave. I don't find it irritating even though it is fragranced. It says it smells like pistachio, almond, and sweet vanilla. And I mean, I would agree. I just think it smells like pistachio almond cookie. Maybe even better. Excuse me while I just... Alright. That wraps up this skincare update video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions for me, you know what to do. Leave them down below or requests for new videos. Those two. Love it. Keep them coming. I hope you are having a wonderful day or evening wherever you are. Catch up on your latest videos. If you haven't watched that many by me, I mean, we're approaching 50 videos now, guys. There's a lot to catch up on, so click on a playlist if you want to. Give me some views. It's always much appreciated. Let me know what you guys are enjoying. Use those thumbs up buttons. I really appreciate it when you tell me what you like. See you in my next video. Bye.